Hey guys, welcome back to Film Freaks. I'm Megan, and today I'm giving you 10 movies you forgot were awesome from 1995. So it's all good if you forgot about them. I'm here to remind you, so if you're feeling nostalgic, you'll have some cool movies to watch and reminisce over. Before we get started, be sure you subscribe and hit that big thumbs up button. All right, let's get into it. Number 10 on my list, Mallrats. Written and directed by Kevin Smith, two friends are both dumped by their girlfriends on the same day and decide the best place to reflect on their heartbreak is at their local mall. They embark on a cathartic journey through the mall as they encounter friends, enemies, ex-girlfriends, fortune tellers, and more. All right, who doesn't love a good Kevin Smith movie? With the exception of Tusk, that was incredibly uncomfortable to watch. This movie is going to give you all the fun, nostalgic feels of being at the mall in the 90s, with the added bonus of the fun characters like Bodie, Jay, and Silent Bob. Fun fact relating to this one, Kevin Smith obviously is very into comic books and superheroes. I think specifically Batman because he even named his daughter Harley Quinn. Well, he also does a lot of work with Ben Affleck. This movie, Dogma, Chasing Amy, and Ben Affleck, of course, later went on to play Batman. Okay, next on my list, number 9, Mortal Kombat. Based on the video game, the movie is about an ancient tournament where the most supreme warriors from different realms fight. Oh my God, whether you played the video game or not, this movie was so effing cool. I mean, even the song was awesome. And when you see Sonya is played by the girl from Saved by the Bell, Ginger, the ditzy blonde, you're just like, this is so 90s. Honestly, even like nowadays when I need somebody to like come near me, I'm like, get over here. And if they don't know the reference, I'm just like, I don't know if we can be friends. Okay, number 8 on my list, Vampire in Brooklyn. Sort of a play on Dracula, Vampire in Brooklyn is about a vampire named Max who travels to Brooklyn to find Rita, a woman who, unbeknownst to her, is half human and half vampire, so he can make her his mate so his bloodline will not die out. What a great movie! It had classic Eddie Murphy humor in it where he plays different characters that are completely unrecognizable, and the movie was pretty scary, which is not surprising considering it was directed by the late, great Wes Craven. Ironically, Wes Craven and Eddie Murphy were not fans of the final outcome of this film. I'm pretty sure it was actually the last time Eddie Murphy worked with Paramount. Personally, I enjoyed it. All right, number 7, To Die For. A woman manipulates a small group of outcasts into committing a heinous crime in hopes that it will finally give her the fame she's been desperately seeking all her life. Oh my goodness, this one was so good. I mean, a dark comedy poking fun at what somebody's willing to do in order to achieve fame. Obviously, it starred Nicole Kidman and Joaquin Phoenix. Nicole Kidman, ironically, went on to play the love interest of Batman and Batman Forever, not the best movie. And Joaquin Phoenix went on to play Joker in the Joker movie. Number 6, Braveheart. Scottish rebel William Wallace leads an uprising against Edward Longshanks after his wife Maren is murdered. Okay, I don't know if people necessarily forgot about this one, but I feel like it's not discussed nearly enough. It was, is, and will always be a great movie. I know that there's some historical inaccuracies to it. Honestly, I don't care. I love this movie and it needs to be talked about a lot more. Okay, number 5 on my list, Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight. Breaker, a demon knight carrying the last of 7 keys containing the blood of Christ, is chased down by a high-level demon known as the Collector to an isolated inn. There, a battle ensues as low-level demons take over, and the humans do battle for their very souls. In true Tales from the Crypt fashion, this one was not only scary, but really funny. Billy Zane played the Collector and absolutely stole the show. He was so hilarious. Plus, I don't think they really used a lot of CGI in this, if at all. Have I mentioned I'm not a big CGI fan? And the story overall was really captivating. Billy Zane has actually even said that this is one of his favorite films and performances. I can understand why. All right, number 4, Die Hard with a Vengeance. John McClane is back, and this time he's teaming up with Zeus, a shop owner in Harlem, to stop a terrorist known only as Simon. I swear the 90s had some of the best action movies, and this one not only had action, but a great story and a great cast. Of course, you had Bruce Willis returning as John McClane, Samuel L. Jackson as Zeus, and Jeremy Irons as Simon. Now, Samuel L. Jackson and Bruce Willis have actually worked together a few times, Unbreakable, Glass, and Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction is one of my favorite films. I don't think Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson really had any scenes together in that one, though. It's still a great movie. Okay, next on my list, number 3, Angus. An overweight teen has been in love with the same girl, Melissa Lefevre, since elementary school. Now he will finally have his chance to dance with her after a prank lands him king of the freshman winter ball. This movie was so good. It had such a great cast. Honestly, I remember when Dawson's Creek was first coming out and I was convinced James Van Der Beek was gonna be terrible as Dawson because he was supposed to be a nice guy and James Van Der Beek was such a jerk in this movie. Clearly, I was wrong. It also has George C. Scott as the grandfather and Kathy Bates as his mom. This is a true underdog story that I feel like so many of us can relate to, and by the time the movie's over, you just feel so good. Number 2, Desperado. A musician named El Mariachi watches as a drug kingpin named Bucho murders his girlfriend, then shoots him through the hand so he can no longer play guitar. Now he is set on revenge, going from bar to bar, hunting down Bucho and killing anyone who gets in his way. Okay, how amazing was this one? Antonio Banderas was so badass. Plus, it's a Robert Rodriguez film. I'm a huge fan of his. I was just talking about Planet Terror the other day, but this one was so great. It has romance, it has action, it's hilarious. Cheech Marin plays one of the bartenders. Steve Buscemi plays the best friend of Antonio Banderas. There's a really great scene with Quentin Tarantino. It's just absolutely amazing. Plus, kind of a small world. Danny Trejo was also in this movie and is in a lot of Robert Rodriguez films. Those two actually found out that they are second cousins on this movie. Number 1 on my list, Empire Records. This movie follows the day in the lives of employees of Empire Records. But this isn't just any day. This is Rex Manning Day. And anything can happen on Rex Manning Day. One employee finally gets over her fear of singing in a band. Another lives through her own funeral. Then there's AJ, who will finally tell Corey he loves her. And of course, Lucas, who, in an attempt to save the Empire from becoming another corporate chain music store, loses $9,000 in Vegas. Everything about this movie was amazing. I still quote it to this day. Damn the man, save the Empire. My name isn't fucking Warren. I mean, it's just so good. And obviously, if you're anywhere and somebody talks about Rex Manning Day, you know there's an instant connection. It also shows a divide between critics and audience scores. On Rotten Tomatoes, critics gave this one 31%, whereas audience give it 83%. All right, guys, there you have it. 10 movies from 1995 you forgot were awesome. Hopefully you'll have some time during the week to watch some of them, sit back, reminisce, and just enjoy all the 90s feels. What's your favorite year for movies? I feel like I'm gonna be on a 90s kick for a little while. Again, thank you so much for watching. I would love to know your thoughts on this video and any other videos that I have. Please be sure to hit that big thumbs up button before you go and subscribe so you never miss a new video. Bye, film freaks.